Hi, my name is Cameron Dyer, and this is CSI My Animals. The case. The animals of Dyerville knew they aren't allowed on the couch. In the early hours of July 20th, 2020, the next-door neighbors of Dyerville called in a complaint. They heard jumping, rustling, and snoring coming from the couch area of the Dyerville apartment. The authorities arrived quickly, and after a thorough search, a single black hair was found on the couch. A witness to the crime, Mr. Fish, lives in the aquarium right next door to the couch. In his statement, he told authorities he had been asleep, so his eyes were bleary, but despite that and the fact that his light hadn't turned on yet for the day, he was pretty sure he saw a four-legged mammal with ears protruding from the top of his or her head curled up on the couch before Mr. Fish fell back asleep. Based on his statement, the authorities honed in on four main suspects. Olive the cat, who has been seen by other aquarium dwellers skulking around the couch in recent days. Tom the dog, who is known to authorities to have jumped on the couch in the past. The cat, Olive's son, who has been posting on social media about couch jumping lately. And Mr. Fish himself, who has a history of erratic behavior and has fallen in with a crowd doing a lot of couch jumping. And a fun fact, is actually Olive's son in real life, so it's kind of cool to see the resemblance between the two of them. So, the hair was sent to the lab for analysis. 2 different VNTR loci were identified. These are loci characterized by alleles where a segment of nucleotides will repeat over and over again. The number of repetitions creates a longer strand of DNA, which, when run on a gel electrophoresis, will not migrate as far as a segment from another individual with fewer repeats. Because these alleles will vary in length from individual to individual, they can be used for identification purposes. A sample was taken from each of the 4 suspects. The samples from each suspect were cut with restriction enzymes to the length that includes each loci of interest, amplified via PCR, then run on a gel with the DNA for each particular allele from the crime scene. If a suspect doesn't match both alleles from each loci exactly, they can be eliminated as a suspect. Looking at the gel electrophoresis results from the first loci, we see the sequence from the crime scene on the left. We can eliminate Olive because neither allele matches the evidence. However, both Tom the dog and Mr. Fish appear to have both alleles match the alleles of the crime scene DNA, so neither Tom nor Mr. Fish can be excluded yet. Eno matches one of the alleles from the crime scene DNA, but because he doesn't match both alleles, he can be excluded as well. Notice how one of Eno's alleles matches one of the alleles from his mom, Olive. We can expect that he inherited that one from her and the other allele from his father. Moving on to look at the second loci. Because both Olive and Eno were eliminated from consideration after examining the evidence from the first loci, we can eliminate them from consideration here as well, even though we see that Eno actually matches the DNA from the crime scene exactly. Notice again how one of Eno's alleles matches his mom's. Tom also matches the DNA exactly, so we can't eliminate him. We can see that even though Mr. Fish matched both alleles from the previous loci, he matches neither allele from this loci, so he can be eliminated as a suspect as well. Therefore, after carefully scrutinizing all evidence in a trial by a jury of his peers, Tom the dog was arrested and sent to prison.